broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
At this time, we have the mayor of the great city of Paterson, Andre Sayre.
Let's have a round of applause for legendary Paterson Catholic football coach Benjie Wimberly. Rings are us, right? Well, so being elected mayor of Paterson was a proud moment for me. But there's something I never shared with the Paterson family here. What was really an honor is when I played Tim Thomas one-on-one in basketball, and I blocked his shot. Now, I was 16, and he was 6, but I still blocked his shot. Long before YouTube and Facebook, so there's no evidence, Coach, that I actually did block his shot. And even though I'm honored to know Tim Thomas and call him a friend, I was only mad at him one time in my life, when he chose Villanova over Seton Hall. I'm still trying to get you to go to Seton Hall, at least for a cup of coffee. But Tim, we're proud of you. A first-round pick in the NBA, an All-American here, 3 times at Paterson Catholic. Who could ever forget that dramatic run in the playoffs with the Phoenix Suns when he was doing something like this in everybody's face? We invited Kenyon Martin, but he was afraid to come, right? Remember that, K. Martin? Tim, you're a Paterson treasure. We're proud that you've represented us on the largest stage in the NBA. And I'm not sure if you know this, but Plaxico Burress, wide receiver on the New York Giants, who was a contemporary of yours, in his book after winning the Super Bowl, wrote that you were the best player in the nation when he was playing basketball at the same time that you were. So today it is fitting to salute someone who's always remembered his roots. Welcome home, Tim. And I know we can expect even bigger and better things from the King. Congratulations, and we will always pass by this street with tremendous pride. Thank you.
I see some outstanding basketball players here, so I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge Hargrove. Zott still leads the county in fouls, I believe. I see Juan Griles, I see Baycoat, I see Irv Watkins. Tim, some of the guys came out to see you. We appreciate you guys for coming out and being part of today. We also like to thank the Department of Public Works, our own Billy Rodriguez from 10th Ave, our Director of Public Works. There you go. Here, I believe I see, did we have Commissioner Emmanuel Capers? He went to the other school up in the hill with the rich people, Billy Ellert, but we won't forgive you for that. That's here. Rod, we appreciate all the OPC. Can we get all the PC alumni stand up, the OPC guys, so we can acknowledge you? Yeah, Commissioner Cleves, Mims, Rod, thank you guys. And a super fan from PC, that's right, Marion Watkins. Yeah, I don't think she's missed a game in the last 50 years, and she's only 52 years old, so she started when she was 2, so thank you very much. Next we have Tim's high school basketball coach, and I will say this, I know I could not have ever become the head football coach here and had the career I had if it wasn't for Jimmy Salmon saying, like, give it a shot. We only got 3 helmets, but look, we'll figure it out. We'll buy 5 more to get it here. But a lot of people don't acknowledge the greatness that Jim has done, not only for the city of Paterson, but for kids throughout the United States. And I'll tell you this, Jim, if I haven't said it enough, I thank you for all you've done. You opened up a doorway, not just as a basketball coach. This became football, basketball, girls basketball, people in general, and I will always say that you led the way. Tim's high school basketball coach, Jimmy Salmon.
I've known Benjie 45 years. That was the first compliment I got. Thank you. When I got hired at PC, I was 24. I coached my first game at 25. Tim was 14 or 15, so we were close in age. I'd known him for a few years. But trying to get people to come here from an athletic standpoint in the 90s was almost impossible. There was a term that people used to refer Paterson Catholic to, the PC. They called it something city. And trying to tell people that we were going to turn this into a basketball place or an athletic place was difficult. And quite honestly, if it wasn't for Tim Thomas, the school probably would have closed earlier. And with him coming in 1992, the school was able to stay open for at least another 18 years through the hard work of Sister Gloria and Miss Miss Fierro, who's now Mrs. Neves. So, you know, the history behind everything here started with Tim Thomas, not necessarily with Jimmy Salmon. I've been fortunate enough to coach in 4 countries. I've coached 18 McDonald All-Americans, done all that, and truthfully speaking, all of that is because of my relationship with Tim Thomas. And I never try to not make it that. I always acknowledge how important he was, is, and will be in my resume and in my history. 3 weeks ago, about 2 months ago, he was in town, and like always, he and I argue, and he said, it's Tim and Jim. It's Tim and Jim. That's what it is. And I'm like, man, get out of here. He said, and it's always going to be Tim and Jim. Tim lives in Calabasas, California, in a big house. I live on Pearl Street in the 4th Ward, but it's Tim and Jim. But I love Tim Thomas. I fight with him. I speak my mind. I've never been the kind of guy to bite my tongue. I appreciate the memories we have in this building. I love to run tournaments and stuff here. I love walking in the building. Ms. Nevin says it's hard for her to walk in. She breaks down. I love the memories that I have here. And I appreciate what Benjie said, the fact that we turned Paterson during the turn of the century into an athletic capital, football and basketball, is something that I will forever be proud of. I'm currently the coach at Montclair Immaculate High School, and that is because of my relationship with Miss Neves. I hadn't coached high school in 20 years, and she called me and knocked the dust off me. So Tim has sponsored the Players Basketball Club in town for the last 20-something years, and his legacy is unforgettable. I appreciate being asked to speak. I appreciate the acknowledgement, and I thank everybody for coming out this morning.
Before we bring Tim up and we do the unveiling of the street naming, I like to, Marquise Webb, where's Marquise Webb at? Marquise Webb. The mayor said I didn't acknowledge you, but I acknowledge Marquise Webb. Another All-American from Paterson Catholic right here. Support his food truck. He's usually on 30th and East 18th Street. That's him. Web Worldwide. Google him. Hit him up on Instagram and get one of them sandwiches. The shrimp po' boy is it? I like that one. That's the best one. But at this time, before we bring Tim up, and Jim said it, Ms. Neves said it, I don't think we have to say it again. Tim was an All-American. He was a great person. He's done so much for so many people. And if you're really from Paterson, you don't have to question what Tim Thomas did. And Tim, I talked to Vic, he was here the other day, and he got another job now, so he's on TV. But he acknowledged, and he always, and I'm sure he'll talk to you tonight when we see you, is thank you for, we had a championship game one year, and we played on turf. And I called Tim up. I said, Tim, we don't have the right spikes to play this game. And we beat Billy Other in that game too, just so you know. And the night before the game, Tim shipped 70 pair of AstroTurf shoes to us before the game. And the kids were so excited. That's the little things that you may not know that Tim Thomas does. You don't know that Tim Thomas put a whole bunch of kids through here on academic scholarships, not just basketball scholarships to go to school. And most of those kids have turned out to be some outstanding adults and contributors to the city of Paterson.
Not gonna be long. This is amazing. I had a lot of great days in my life, and this is definitely one of them. To be here with my wife, my kids. I try to hold them. Be here with my wife, my kids. It's off today. At a place where it all started. To have a street named after me is amazing. I lost a lot of brothers recently who passed, who have streets named after them. I couldn't attend because it was just too hard. But this right here is amazing, man. Like I said, I had a lot of great days in my life, but this right here is icing on the cake. And this is one of the bucket lists. I could go ahead and pass now. Like Jim said, my legacy is forever strong with the girls program and the boys program, and just numerous things that I've done here in the city of Paterson. This is truly amazing. I want to thank everybody. First and foremost, I want to thank God for blessing me with the talent. I want to thank my parents for having me. I want to thank the mayor, Benjie, assemblyman. I want to thank all of my coaches, all of my high school teammates, all of my grammar school teammates. But there's one guy I definitely want to thank. Did I turn this off? Oh, okay. My gym school teacher, Mr. Marino. He was the guy who introduced me pretty much to sports. I was a skinnier kid at School 24, and he introduced me to everything, baseball, football, basketball. And he would tell me a lot about the guys that I call my big brothers or my OGs, the James Scotts, the James Hargroves, the Tommy Patersons, the Kawan Johnsons, I'm forgetting some, Roy Sparrows. He was the guy who was showing me what these guys was doing in the newspapers each and every day. And he was the guy who really pushed me to get involved with sports. And then that one day, I ran into Jim Salmon, and my life changed with him and also Coach Lou Mathis. They put me in all the necessary places to play, all the city league games and stuff like that, and it just took off from there. But once again, man, this is truly amazing, man. I have had a lot of, like I'll say again, had a lot of great days with my kids being born, getting drafted, getting married, all of those things. Coming into some money. But this right here is icing on the cake. And I want to thank everybody. Thank you.
I'm gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
Recreation would like to thank Mr. Tim Thomas for coming out. We appreciate you. We thank you for everything that you've done for the city of Paterson. You're a role model for the city of Paterson, for our youth. We just want to say thank you to you and your family. God bless.
Thank you, Tim. God bless.
That's all you got?